Alright, this is Billy Thompson here to talk to you about social media. And what I've created is basically a series of videos that I call the Social Media Field Training Guide. First question I like to really tackle is, and the question that a lot of people ask, what is social media? Social media basically is really leveraging social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. These platforms are the basis or the foundations, or the foundation, if you will, of really developing and creating and helping your relationship with your current customers and potential customers, and helping gain their trust so that they will continue to be a customer as well as refer you business. So really leveraging those social media platforms, it's take the word social and you're using those platforms to really connect and engage and interact with your potential customers. Now, for successful online marketing, the acronym ACT, which stands for Attract, Convert, and Transform, is something that my good friend Shama Hyder Kabani talks about in her book, The Zen of Social Media Marketing, which is a very good book, and I would really encourage everyone to pick this book up and read it. It will give you everything you need to know about social media and how social media works. But she talks about the ACT methodology. And attract, we all know what attract means. It basically means to get attention or stand out and draw customers in when in terms of business. Now, convert. What does conversion mean? And the way Shama, I like the way Shama explains this in her book. She says conversion happens when you turn a stranger into a consumer or customer. And there is a difference between the two. A consumer may take in your information or even sample your product, but he or she may not always buy. And that's okay. Over time, that consumer may become a customer. The more expensive a purchase, the longer it may take. This means you constantly have to work to convert people into consumers and customers. So conversion is a big part of online marketing, obviously. And the third part, which is T, which stands for transform, is basically when you take a past success and you turn it into a tool for attracting more customers. So that could be a case study or it could be a testimonial, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So let's talk about attract. What do I need to attract customers online? Well, let's look at three elements: brand or branding, results or outcome, and originality or differentiator. When it comes to brand, what is your business about? In her book, she talks about how her company, the Marketing Zen Group, is a one-stop shop for her consumers or her customers. So that is the one word that describes her business. It's a one-stop shop. What word really describes your business? Can you sum it up in one word? Okay, so that's your brand. Results or outcome. Basically, how are you going to help your customers achieve the end result, their goals? That's the outcome portion. What are you going to do that's going to help your consumer achieve their goals? Originality or differentiator. Basically what that means is, what sets you apart from your competition? How are you different from your competitors? What makes you different? Only you can answer that question. But you have to be original or you have to stand out. Because if you are the same as your consumer, then what's the point? I'm sorry, if you're the same as your competitor, what's the point? Why should they go to you instead of your competition? So, now the next question is, how do I convert a customer or a consumer? Well, as we mentioned before, conversion happens in one of two ways. A stranger turns into a consumer, or a stranger turns into a client or customer. Now, if someone goes to your blog or your website and they get on your list as a subscriber and they subscribe to your newsletter or they join your Facebook group, they're consuming your information. And at this point, they have been converted. They are no longer strangers. They are consuming your information. Now, why is this important? So let's look at the word convert. How do you convert a customer? Well, like we said before. So let's look at the word convert. How do I convert a customer? Well, as we mentioned before, conversion can happen in one of two ways. A stranger turns into a consumer, or a stranger turns into a client or customer. If someone goes to your website or your blog and they sign up, they subscribe to your email list, and they're on your blog consuming the information, they've been converted. They're no longer a stranger, so they've been converted. What you want to make sure you do is provide valuable content on your website and your blog. The more valuable the content, the more valuable you're going to be to your consumer and your potential client or customer. The question has been, can a social media profile be good content? Not really. It's not. There's, social media platforms are not owned by you. They're owned by whatever company you're basically putting the content on. So if it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, that platform is not owned by you. But when you put up a blog, there's ownership there. You own that. So you want to make sure that you're sending them ultimately to the place that you own the content, which is your blog or your website. How do I transform my business with social media? One of the things you have to do is a good job. A job well done is a must. You must provide great service. You must provide great content, a great product to your consumer. That's how you transform your business with social media. Also, you have to showcase testimonials and case studies. You have to show off what you've been able to accomplish for your consumers and your customers. Case studies and testimonials are some of the most powerful elements that a person can use in their business, a tool that you can use in your business. Because people love to hear, or they want to know, or they want to have confidence that you can do a job for them like you've done for past clients. So case studies and testimonials, especially if you can get those testimonials on video, they're very powerful. And I would really encourage you to use testimonials and case studies of your successes. For more videos, go to www.thunderwebmarketing.com.